and I hope this loads. Excellent. Excellent.
Awesome.
I'm gonna fire it up right away.
Okay.
Just so you know. What is up, YouTube? Is Nisi here with Banksy again for the third establishment of Back to the Basics, or whatever the hell I titled this in the original video. We're checking in with Banksy to see how he's been doing and how he's been improving. He tells me that his trades make a lot more sense than they used to. You're still playing Jax. That's good. I'm glad that you're like trying to master one champ. Let me go ahead and bring up the shared screen so you're on board. I'm getting more experience with this, you could tell.
Yeah.
Getting more efficient. Alright. Alright, you should be able to see me. You can see the game, right?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Just making sure. Graves top is not a thing. And in the instance of Jax, you should feel pretty good about this.
Yeah,
because
definitely feel that way, yeah.
Because he is... the thing about Jax is Jax can actually handle ranged.
Yeah.
To an extent, unlike some of the bruisers in top lane. And while I'm on this tangent, this is since we're doing coaching sessions on like beginner concepts, one thing to remember, the reason why the bot lane is the way that it is that AD carries do technically outscale because of ranged auto attacks being huge in the late game. However, the reason why bot lane exists in the way that it does with the supporting a ranged AD carry is because technically a ranged AD carry can never really get through lane phase if the jungler knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, in an ideal world, a guy sees Graves top and just goes, I'm going to camp the shit out of that guy. We're going to dive him every chance we get. And, you know, that's how we're going to win the game. So, yeah, I just wanted to throw that little information out there.
Yeah. That definitely didn't happen this game though. The Heck Room was not about that gank life in this one.
Oh yeah, he wasn't ganking for you?
Nah, not ever. I think he went once, but he never actually did anything. He just sort of went through the bush a little bit and went right back.
So you look a little bit more reasonable so far. And I'm waiting to see what your trades look like soonish. Going to the brush, bebop, and using the brush is pretty good too. Verse ranged in general.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, you discourage those auto attacks. If he wanted to, like, lay into you right there, he definitely could have. Just so you know. If he's a better player, when he's level 2, he could definitely... So let's see. Turn level 2. Do you know that you can use control and the key to level it up?
No.
You don't click on your abilities. You're clicking on your abilities, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can tell. If you hold control when you level up, that's how I do the fast level ups in like the clutch, where I just randomly will like, you'll see me like under turret and I'll turn level 6 as a guy's diving me and I'll still get the ult off.
Yeah.
It's because I'm literally upgrading it with my pinky basically.
Oh, nice.
So you just have your pinky on that, and then as soon as you're turning level 2, it'll be a lot smoother. So just keep that in mind going forward, that like whenever you're gonna turn it. Because, like, you know, you could have just quickly thrown your E on him and smacked him once and then walked away if you wanted to there. Just something to think about. And while we're in the lane phase, Banksy said he's come a long way. This game here, why don't you give us a summary about it, since I didn't do that quite yet. Or what you think about it.
In this game, I guess I never really faced a ranged top like this before, so I guess it was just a new thing for me altogether, so
it was a little awkward.
Yeah, it definitely was. I didn't know what Graves was even capable of doing, so it definitely was kind of a cautious game for sure.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to tell you, you can probably, since he's pushing to you, you can probably take a point in W to make last hitting easier for you, in my opinion. It's less mana and it does more flat damage than a jump. Well, actually, wait. I'm sorry, it doesn't do more flat damage, it gives you auto attack reset. That's my bad. So, what I'm saying is, when you auto and then pop your W, so in the case, I'm going to show you this, why I'm bringing this up for you. Auto attack resets are nice, because, I don't know if you saw me playing Cassidon today, but he has one of those too, where, basically, watch right here what happens. You auto, you see this?
Yeah.
And then you miss it. You could elect to jump on it as well, to just leap strike it too. But in general, Jax will just traditionally take W because it saves mana, conserves more mana, and it allows you to finish off those last hits. Basically, it allows you to auto attack, and then when you go, oh shit, I'm not gonna kill this, you just throw the W in, and it's really quick. It's snappy. It's very responsive because it's auto attack reset. So you can use that in a way to like make sure you don't miss it. You want to get the siege minions, by the way. That's the only reason I'm harping on this. This is extra gold. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh
siege minions grant extra gold, so make sure you get them.
Yeah.
But in the instance of Graves, you're not really going to be looking to go in on him until you have at least level 3, if you ever want to try to go in on him. In general, let me first back up a little bit and talk about the schools of thought with this. So you can play the way that you're playing versus a ranged lane, where he comes into your lane and kind of auto attacks you, and you farm under turret and wait for ganks, or you can just try to brawl it out with him right away with like flash ignite. You wouldn't be taking teleport, okay? If you recognize that this is what it is, you probably could have figured this out in champ select potentially, but there's no guarantee that Graves wasn't jungle. So I think teleport's fine. I think in general your best bet here is to, let's see what you started. This is the new patch.
Yeah.
You took Dorn's Blade. I don't like Dorn's Blade. I think you should have went for the potion. It's the 500 gold. Let me look it up so I give you the right name so I don't fuck that up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I've been doing the blind pick too, so it's probably not the best option of playing, right?
What, Jax?
No, I've been playing blind pick, the game mode.
Yeah, just do it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, you're new. Who cares?
Yeah, I didn't know because I can't see what they're picking, so I didn't know even Graves was even an option.
Oh, let me look up new items right quick. New items, season 6. Here we go. Oh, I thought I had them. GC. What the hell are these pots? Refillable pots. The fucking name is on this damn thing. This is pissing me off. Can I not? I can't bring up a shop here. League of Legends items. Maybe I have like an item list. I think I do. Give me 1 moment. Consumables. Aha! I got it. Took me a second. Corrupting Potion. That's the one I want you to take. Corrupting Potion start versus any lanes that are going to be able to harass you heavy, and you're going to elect to farm. So in the instance I was saying Kassadin, I play Kassadin mid right now because I think he's really strong. I'm taking Corrupting Potion because in the instance of Kassadin mid, he gets poked down easily by a lot of lanes. In this, the same school of thought applies with Graves versus Jax here. Graves is going to poke you down and whittle you down. Then if you don't have Ignite, there's not much you're going to be doing about that early. You'll be able to kill him later. But as it stands for right now, you just want to make sure you get as much farm as you can and just kind of keep your health up. And, you know, if the jungler comes, just drop a stun on him and he's gone. Right? You there?
Sorry, my mic muted. I didn't even know how to... Yeah.
Okay. So you're all on board with this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So... Corrupting Potion, because you go into lane with Dorn's Blade and a pot. Dorn's Blade and a pot is traditionally reserved for the more aggressive, like, I'm going to all-in you type of shit. Yeah. Or a lane that has enough sustain to where the harass doesn't matter that much. Mm-hmm. You can also do Longsword, 3 pots if you want, because that builds a little bit smoother. But for Jax, you can actually make little trades and poke this guy back with your stun and see where you stand if you have the Corrupting Potion.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, then you're left, you know, like right now, where you're getting whittled down and you don't really get to just auto-attack the lifesteal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't just come into the minions and auto-attack pretty freely because he's just going to shoot you. Like, anytime. He's just going to be like, fuck you, and he's going to drop a Q on your head or something. And you're at a stage now where jumping into him is going to be really bad because you're kind of whittled down. The Corrupting Potion solves that.
Okay.
So it's just something to think about.
Yeah.
But it is awkward facing range lanes for the first time. But what you have to understand is that once you get items, you can always duel range lanes. They can't do anything versus you. They have no support, you see. That's the key. Supports are what allows these lanes to even exist. And like you were saying, yes, if Hecarim comes top, It's pretty much free money if the guy, if he comes up right, like with double buffs and like full HP, like he's obviously, this is low level games. So what level are you now?
About 17.
Okay. So this is obviously, in an ideal world, Hecarim would be like level 3 with double buffs and he would gank this guy or something, but he's not.
Yeah.
I see you backing here. That's an okay timing, I guess. Let's see what you buy. I don't mind this, actually, as long as you buy quickly. And you do. Relatively quick. That's good. I like that. That's fine with me. And then you engage in on him. Okay. I would rather you just get the farm. But, just because, like, unless you plan on all-inning him and killing him, I don't know if there's any value in whittling him down at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where, like, I want you to get items first. But he is pretty low now, so I would probably be, once I hit 5, just so you know. So if I were in your shoes right now, I'd be like, because I have a longsword and he hasn't backed yet, he has heal, I would probably try to hit level 5 then trade. So if you go before, it's not going to be pretty. But if you threaten at level 5 when his mana's all low like this, like right there, that's a green light for me. But, he's pushed the lane at the same time, so it's kind of thin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you would look for it, but then in here, you'd probably just say fuck that. And just farm. So here's where you're missing farm. That's where I want you to auto-attack reset first. So basically what I'm saying is auto, W, auto.
Yeah, and that's definitely like my biggest problem right now is
Farming on a turret?
Yeah, farming on a turret, because I don't know, I hit at the wrong time.
Well, it's definitely a rhythm thing, which you'll get eventually. Yeah. And like when I do these, don't ever think I'm insulting your intelligence. No. With this stuff. Check this out. So generally, what you're trying to map this out in your mind. One of the things this is one of the things I do very, very well, and I'm very confident in being like, this is probably one of my strengths is farming in shitty conditions. I'm very good at it, very patient, and that just comes with experience.
Yeah.
What you want to do is, as the minions are coming forward to you, you're trying to solve this equation. And the way that I would do it is I would be like, all right, as this minion's coming close to the turret, I want to get this minion into just a 1 auto range. So before it even draws aggro, I want to auto this minion once real quick. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this is the minion that's going to hit the turret first. And the turret will only draw aggro on the minion closest to it, basically. Okay? So that's what's going to hit first, obviously. You would auto this down because if you bring it just above half, that means that after the turret strikes the second time, you can just auto it. So in an ideal world, you would auto this once, and then you would probably W this right here, this one, and then auto this once the turret strikes it once, then auto it, turret will strike that, and then you'll get it, and then this is just, you just sit there and wait. And then while you're waiting for this minion to tick down, you go ahead and cap this minion, and then there you go.
Yeah.
I know that sounds confusing, okay? But basically what I'm saying is, you auto this one in the front, and as soon as you've autoed that one, you know that it only takes one more auto to hit. So as long as you're stacking, like you're exchanging autos in your spells, you can manage this wave and make it so you get as much as possible. In this spot, I would expect you really to feasibly only miss 1 CS. Everything else you should be able to get if you play it properly. I don't know if you can get them all. I feel like you might be able to, but it's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
But every time the wave's coming to you like this, you're trying to process the information and come up with the best way to use the turret's aggro, like its priority, to get each and every single one down. And you obviously know that it's 2 turret shots per melee minion, right? You know that?
Yes.
So it's 2 turret shots, and then you can auto it. 2 turret shots, and then you can auto it. So if it's halved, all you have to do is just get it around that halfway point, just above the halfway point, and then bam, it's a 1 auto hit. So that's how you would manage it. And this spot, you kind of run away. Say, I wanted you to auto first. That would have taught, it would have brought the health bar to, like, we'll say here, right? And then you just auto that, and then you can try to manage this one during. And then once this minion shows up, 2 turret shots has plenty of time for you to get this minion, and then it's just knocking these down. These are easy. And this is very important. I know it sounds redundant and stupid and annoying to go over the nuances of this, but it really is a big deal. And here is a perfect example. Like, all you have to do is just W that one, and it's gone.
Yeah.
That's what the auto attack reset I was talking about is for. And you'll get better at it, though. I have no doubt. And don't be afraid to use your jump to farm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
same rule. Auto attack, like, you can auto attack, then use your ability right there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you can chain that damage together real quick. Those quick bursts of damage, that's what's going to allow you to get all the farm. Because this, again, this is the... I understand range lanes are overwhelming and confusing when you've never faced them and you're a new player, so I imagine it's going to be super annoying when you have no idea, like, okay, I can't get near him. Like, but basically, the school of thought that you want to take away from this lesson is, I'm going to sit back, you know, he's going to harass me, whatever. I'm going to sit back and farm. And in the case of Graves, I mean, there's range lanes that are way more annoying than this. Graves is one of the more tame ones, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's lanes like, I don't think you've played against Gnar yet.
No.
Gnar is a fucking atrociously stupid lane. Lulu is another one. And what these lanes come down to is basically playing on your heels for the majority of the match, and then once you go in, you only are going in when you have the kill.
Yeah.
So that's what you should take away from this, is like, any lane that you can't just brawl it out with, they're going to be squishy, so once you jump in, it has to make sense.
Yeah.
And in the instance of Graves, the only thing he can really do when you jump on him, this is why I say he's an easy case, is because all Graves really do is dash away and throw a smoke cloud on you. He can't really do anything other than that.
Yeah, that was definitely my problem during this game, is that I never knew he had like a dash, and then I would go in with my stun and stun him, but after I would go after this, I was done with the stun and everything was on cooldown, he would dash away from me and it was already too late.
Yeah, generally, and this is why I'm telling you the farming portion is important, because your goal, unless you're taking like Ignite or something, your goal is pretty much just to, I mean, until you get your limitations or until you understand your limits of the champ and like when you can go in, you're really looking for like Blade of the Rune King or something.
Yeah.
Like, or at least a Cutlass. And that's why the farming portion is very important. That's why I was harping on this shit, is because the faster you can get to those key items like Cutlass and Blade of the Rune King, the better you can abuse this guy. The problem, the risk is, if you let him harass you too hard, you miss too much farm, you don't get your items, and you never have a point in the lane where you can turn it. He pretty much always keeps the lead over you. And if he, you know, like, I'm not too worried. Like I said, Graves is a weak case. You'll be able to kill him eventually, no matter what, because he's just Graves versus Jax. You'll just beat him. But in the cases where it's not just Graves, it's someone like, say, fucking Lulu or Gnar or some bullshit that you're not... You engage on them and they have a bunch of different ways that they're going to keep themselves alive and kite you. That's where it's going to be more difficult. And that's where you're going to have to get those items. Like, you cannot afford to miss farm in these lanes if you ever want to kill them on your own.
Yeah.
But we want to kill them on our own, because that's how we're going to be climbing the ladder. Is we have to get to a point to where we know, like, I'm going to jump on this guy at this point, and I know I kill him because I have these items. You know, he doesn't have this cooldown or that cooldown or whatever. But yes, Graves, like you're saying, he has a dash. He has a... and again, I see you're autoing a lot. Use your W.
Yeah.
These lanes, you're not going in on him, so you don't need to keep that cooldown. You know what I mean? There's no point. If he ever aggresses you, you just jump away. He has no CC or anything, Graves. He just dashes at you. The only person that could ever kill you, get you killed in this game, well, there's a lot of people that can get you killed, but in the lane, I don't foresee Heimerdinger ever coming top. Just so you know, Heimerdinger doesn't really roam very much, if ever. All Heimerdinger's goal in life is to push mid, just so you know. So in this game here, all you have to worry about is Nautilus coming up and like CCing you. But since you're playing at your turret, there's no real threat, and you can just focus on farming. So you can just below that W whenever you want a little extra damage and secure last hits.
I think I also like overextend a little too much with the farm. Like, kind of like walk away a little too far, and then by the time I get there, it's already done.
Yeah. Let me look at it again. I wasn't gonna be too critical because I know these things come with time.
Yeah.
So like, you're spacing out really far. You don't have to. You know what I mean? Like you were saying. You can always, like I said, use that fucking stop trick.
Yeah.
Have you binded that yet?
Yeah, I have, but I haven't been using it like I'm supposed to. So I've
Use
kind
it.
of like
Use
screwed
it.
myself.
You know, little fun man-to-man tip about gaming stuff, okay? All it is, dude, is confidence. Just
Yeah.
whatever it is, just fucking do it. There's one thing that I need to work on, and that's using the F keys. I haven't really got into that habit yet. It does matter a little bit more the more this game's kind of evolved to being more of a team game. I'm using teleports a lot, and normally I just kind of stick to my lane and try to win it with like an ignite or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, at the end of this season, teleport became a more bigger thing, and now I'm playing. Like I was saying, I keep bringing it up, but it's fresh in my mind. I'm playing Kassadin mid with teleport, and what I'm finding is I miss so many kill opportunities over the years when I run teleport simply because I'm not thinking enough about what the other lanes, what's happening. This is really advanced, and I don't want you worrying about this stuff right yet. But the F keys, F1 through F5, you press those, and that shows your heroes. So, like, here, it would be like, you would be F1, right? You'd be F1. And then Wukong would be F2, Morgana would be F3, Veigar would be F4, and Hecarim would be F5, right?
Yeah.
Or something of that. So, you know, you get my pick. You get my point. And I'm not doing that enough. And what it really comes down to is it's just me not trying, really. I'm not actively trying to do it, and I'm just kind of like writing it off as like it's too difficult or whatever. In reality, it's like I played Master StarCraft. Like that takes way more APM than this game, but I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm still like being lazy about it. So in your case, really get into the habit and I'm not just saying with like the stop key in your games. Like you're paying for lessons, so you want like all my bullshit theories and nonsense. But trust me, it comes from a place of experience. All right.
Yeah.
I spam the fuck out of keys randomly to get comfortable in the game. Play this fucking keyboard like it's an instrument. Like I'm telling you, everything. Like, you know, look away for a second, press spacebar. You know what I'm saying? Move around the map, press spacebar. Get used to that. Like resetting your camera. You know, your stop key, use that key, spam fucking emotes, like just get comfortable with the keys and like your attitude in the game, because anything that you are going to be doing, if you're going to beat these players, you have to have a bit of a personality.
Yeah.
Sounds really stupid.
No,
it sounds like it's, you know, it's we're talking games here, but you have to trust me on this one. I've done so many different games, and I'm telling you right now, one of the biggest things that separate me from everybody else is I just have a lot of confidence in what I'm doing, and I'm not afraid to fuck it up.
Yeah.
All right. So, and I have a lot of people do lessons. I've coached a lot of people in different games, not just League. And one of the biggest things that I find, we had one of our guys on stream today, Wraith. Wraith is a pretty solid player. He's been playing for a while. One of the things that holds Wraith back, and he's been coached by me before, is that he knows a shit ton about the game, sometimes more than I know. He has good ideas and things that I haven't even thought of. And, you know, he's a lower elo than me. Well, a lot of that, you know, what would transition him to that next level is that he's a very passive guy, and he's kind of afraid to take risks and fail. That's what I see a lot from him. And there's times where he'll have like this big edge and he won't go for it. And I'm just like, dude, just fucking go. Like, don't hesitate. Don't be afraid if you fuck it up. Just go in. So the point of this tangent is to just hammer home the concept of like every little thing in this game, get comfortable, throw your fucking hands around the keyboard and just do dumb shit. Get used to the way that everything feels, and you won't be so tense and you won't move so like clunky. It'll basically improve how fast you pick everything else up.
Yeah, and I totally agree. That's like one of the biggest problems I have with some of these games. I'll come in like really nervous, and I'll be like, my finger.
Oh, your mic just muted out.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
Kind of, yeah, my fingers will be like all over the place, and I'll be like, oh god. But yeah, but there's some games though, like when I have like the confidence to do really well, and I just dominate people top lane. Like I feel it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like some games that I definitely see where you're coming from, because there's some games where I have like this super confidence and I just go all in and it pays off. But when I play like passively, I think this is a game I definitely play more passive.
And you know, it's cool that you bring this point up. What you're saying is because it really does just become an experience thing, because like you're saying, you're kind of confused about like when do I go win. That wasn't bad what you just tried. That was sneaky. I didn't mind that at all. where you like waited until he was kind of committed to the minion and try to do
Yeah.
something to him there. With your stun on cooldown though, you're not getting anywhere near him. One thing to remember about these types of lanes is that for Jax, you need the stun in order for anything to occur. So
Yeah.
if you don't have it, don't even bother. Don't even, because it's remember my basic concept we were talking about at the beginning where I was saying like you have to go in when it, like if you're going in to do a fuck ton of damage if he gets locked up at all. So if you don't have that CC, you're never gonna hit him. So don't even waste the energy of thinking about going in, because what that's gonna do is if you try to go in without that CC, if you jump to him and he dashes away and the jungler just marches up river at the same time, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It has to be a very decisive thing. So when you made that little second stutter, you shouldn't even be thinking that. You should be thinking, okay, you know, he backed away from the stun. It's cool. And I'm just going to reset here and just wait till my stun's back up. In this spot here, I think that it's kind of tricky. I probably would have backed a little bit sooner. I'm going to look back and see this again. So you push the wave to the turret, sort of. So you had this big wave of minions here. All right, this was your mistake right here. I see where I had something in my mind. So you push this wave. You should want to back here. It's a big wave, but you need to make sure the wave crashes into the beach, dude. This is the beach. All right.
Yeah.
The one thing that stops that, there's only two things really that stop it: minions or champs. So follow this wave all the way in. As soon as he showed his face there, you should have just threw the stun at him and just bopped him under turret one time. Push him back. You see, push him to like here.
I actually remember this now. I tried to do that, but I misclicked and I missed my Q altogether. And by the time I went out there with my E, I
Well, no, what I'm saying is you were trying to be sneaky here,
Yeah.
but you should have ran it all the way to the turret, and then as soon as he shows up, just throw your E out and jump on him.
Okay.
Because he has to react. He cannot fight you in this mini minions. He can't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're basically doing it. The only reason that you're doing it in this way is you're literally just pushing, because think about the reaction. As soon as he sees you, he's going to step back to here, right?
Yeah.
You literally just walk up to him and then hit him with your stun, bop him, and then walk away because he can't re-engage. And then just walk away and then back. But because he sets the wave up like this is one of the only good things that New Graves does, is he like knocks back minions and kind of helps him deny damage a little bit. But like, you see how he kind of freezes the lane here?
Yeah.
This sucks for you. You want this wave resetting into the mid. You don't want him to sit here and zone off all this XP. This is your XP technically.
Yeah.
But if he keeps the wave here, you're going to lose some of it. And you're going to also be exposed when you come back in the lane because you're going to be pushed up to here. This isn't really where you want to be.
Yeah.
You really would prefer, because the other thing that exploits these types of champs is if they are pushed to you. Like you were saying, obviously Hecarim sucks, and you know everybody's gonna suck at this level. It's no big deal. But in an ideal world, if your jungler is good at all, and you have Graves here, let's put it this way: just imagine if someone good was playing jungle, you have Graves here, you know he's dead every time.
Yeah.
Every time he shows up here, the jungler's just going to be like, free money. And anytime the jungler's in this area, he's going to just see that, and he's going to be a fool to not go and abuse that. So it's very important that with that big of a wave, you walk it all the way to the turret. And him trying to freeze it here, just a little side note, I know all these stupid minutia, it might be a little redundant, but he really shouldn't be freezing like that. It takes a lot of health away from him. So if you hit him with a stun and then back, he's going to be low on HP. And if he doesn't have pots, which he doesn't, or he has the refillable potion, it's only 200 health. I mean, that's going to really hurt, and he's going to have no sustain when you come back. See what I'm saying? So you basically would come in, walk it to the turret, you know, do your stun, and you don't even have to show your stun right away. You could just walk to here. What's he going to do? You see what I'm saying? You can walk all the way to this point.
Something I need to work on. I need to telegraph the stun a little bit better. I think I show it way too early, and they see it coming. It's like, oh.
Yeah, you can just walk right up to him and like let him auto you, and then you know what I mean. Like just get into the range where like pretend you were him. Like get into the range where like okay, you might not know what Graves do or does, but you've seen him auto.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You've seen how many times he's autoed when you got in range, so you know generally where he's at. So you just walk up to him, and as soon as he goes to auto you, you pop the E, jump on him, hit him with a big load of damage. That would have pushed, and I'm telling you to do this, by the way, before the minions thin out. So in an ideal world, you would have walked all the way up. We don't know that he's here, but as soon as he shows himself, you should be like, okay, well, I'm going to walk at him in case he freezes. You see?
Yeah.
So as soon as he shows himself, you come out, and like I was saying, just walk all the way up to his face. As soon as he autos you, jump in, whack him with your W, hit him once, stun him, maybe auto him one more time, and then just walk away. Because another thing is he has, you have level 6, so you're fine. He can't all in. He doesn't have his full combo, his level 6 combo or anything. So even if you get really low, he can't kill you if you play it right. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he'll just walk after you. If he decides to flash, you might even be able to just get his flash because it's low level. And then, you know, if you're desperately in need to escape, then you can flash as well. And then by that point, he would have missed a lot of farm. And then he would have missed farm, walked over minions, taken a fuck ton of damage, and then you could just back and teleport forward again. And that means since he doesn't have teleport, you coming back with full HP and then him being poked down, that leaves him open for an all-in later. And that's how we abuse lanes that don't have a teleport. We make sure that whenever we're going to go back, we try to get trades that you're basically trading, and you're going to say to yourself, okay, this is going to put me behind, but I'm backing anyways.
Yeah.
That all makes sense?
Yeah.
You'll see me sometimes in lanes. I make the mistake too. You'll see me sometimes in lanes when I have teleport versus an ignite lane. And you'll see me literally try to bait someone's ignite. Like, I will go in like an idiot and I will just start hitting them, and you'll see them ignite, and then I'll try to like get away at the last second with whatever champ I'm playing. Because I know that if I get their ignite and then I back and teleport forward, they're fucked. I'm going to kill them. Or the jungler's going to kill them, and it's going to be easy. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you can manipulate the summoners a little bit. And I'm telling you all this just so you know that when you're going to back anyways, don't be afraid to take a shitty trade. Obviously, don't set yourself up for like if you see the junglers around here or something for whatever reason. But if you're just going to back, fucking hit him. Make sure that you get value out of this, because this is all HP that's disposable. Everything before 600, you have 662 HP that you could use. You know what I mean? Yeah. So don't be afraid. All you have to do is keep that one little HP, my friend. That's it. Because if when you back with that 1 HP, you're gonna be able. If you get all his HP, he's not gonna be able to regain it like you will. So this was the spot where you see, this is why I said you should have backed.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't have teleport here to back, that big wave, let's break this down again for you. Because I was using teleport as an example, but in reality, you don't need teleport even to back here. Because your teleport, I think, is on cooldown. So again, pushing the wave to the turret, right? I said teleport, but you don't even need that. Because once this wave is pushed here, this part of the wave is just going to stall out here, and then you'll have that long window of time to walk all the way up.
Yeah.
So you don't need teleport. I think you were scared to back. Now that I look at it again, you're scared to back because you didn't have teleport, right? I assume.
No, I think it was more of like, okay, I don't want to miss this farm kind of idea.
Oh, because you got froze, because he froze
Yeah.
it, and then you were in a weird spot. That's what I was saying with the free. Okay, so basically, because you let him freeze, you got stuck up here because you're like, well, now I can't miss the farm.
Yeah.
Well, now you know in the future, make sure that this big wave hits the turret, so you're granted that window of time to back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm glad we're on the same page with that. So yeah, you get stuck. You don't want to miss it. I understand. Okay. You understand the freeze and like breaking the freeze and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. It's when you trap him by the turret, right? And then it's really hard for the other guy to.
Yeah.
to
So
kill
like
off
when
minions 'cause
he.
they run to the turret.
Yeah. So he is sitting at his turret, and he has so many of your minions locked up, basically right here, and he's just body blocking them. That you can't, you know what I mean? You can't really farm safely, and you're exposed to ganks anytime you go for farm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big reason why we're talking about doing that. When you get his heal, you should be letting this go.
Yeah.
It looks like, does he chase you? Okay, you re-engage here. That was your mistake. And
This is also really weird. I was like way ahead. I was running away, and I know I was a shit flash too. I saw that, but I was running, and all of a sudden everything just like froze up, and then he teleported me, and I was dead.
You might have lagged.
Yeah, it was weird, man. It was like, okay, like I stop and then I'm dead. It was weird.
Yeah, it could have just been a lag spike. It obviously looks clear on the replay,
Yeah,
so that's probably what happened. Lag spikes happen.
yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to blame lag or anything because I know I'm a shit player, but
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cool. Whatever. But the thing is, you got to remember is in the future, when he gave you space, like you jumped in on him or whatever, you made this little trade. You should have just walked away right there. That's
Yeah.
it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jax again. Big thing about him is you want to attack and let no one really retaliate. Like, if you're
Yeah.
going in for a quick trade, you just want to smack him, bop him once with a stun, and then walk forward. This way, you would have avoided a lot more damage. Instead, you kind of chased. After you hit the stun, you see how you stepped in further?
yeah,
That was your biggest mistake. After you hit the stun and smacked him, you end the trade.
yeah. And I should have known that I wasn't gonna get anywhere with that either.
There's just too many minions here is what it
Yeah.
really comes down to. And that's what, notice, the minions are what kill you. It's not even really Graves, because he hits you, and then when you re-engage, this is where, like I was saying, minions kill you, because look at them auto you down. See how much damage you took
Yeah.
that whole time? And then he just ults you, and then that's all it takes.
That's all she wrote there. Yeah,
And this is a big death, because that's a huge wave.
yeah.
This should really piss you off.
Oh, it definitely did. I felt like an ass doing it. Definitely.
Yeah, this is what ruins the lane for you.
Yeah, I was thinking about like, what you call people shitters on the stream. That was definitely an oh shitter moment. Definitely.
So what he's doing there, he let some minions tick down. I don't know if you know that. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen that on my stream or whatever. But you just kind of let minions die before you take the turret. So he's
Yeah.
basically denying some of your farm. But yeah, that really sucks for you because now he's like 2 levels ahead of you. 1 level ahead of you, but it's still a significant chunk of XP that you lost. It's not necessarily that you died that's the problem. It's the timing that you die.
Yeah.
So you dying with that huge wave pushing to you, that's big. You can't afford to die there.
Yeah.
And anytime it happens, you need to assess it and be like, okay, why did I die? What happened? I had this big wave here. Could I have done something differently to protect that? And sometimes, sometimes you just get flat dove under your turret. But until that's happening, normally it's your fault in some way. Because I've definitely had games where I'll just be literally sitting at my turret farming and get dove.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, all I can really do about that is maybe ward this if I have a feeling, But that's like the only real exception when you can go, well, this sucks. But most of the time you can look back and just, okay, that was my fault. So you push the lane, you go ward. This is a pretty good window to you've obviously got this wave to the turret. You're trying to get the next wave in. Graves is back. He kind of let you catch up because he didn't back at the right timing.
Yeah.
I could actually show you just for your learning. So he kills you. Let's see what happens here. He kills you, shoves the turret, takes it. He should have backed, by the way, right here.
Yeah.
Just back for him. Or walk to the brush and back. But he walks around, and he actually cancels out his lead a little bit. Because he just wanders around. And in the instance of Graves, you just saw what he did. He, ulted and did all this shit. Now look at him. Trying to get a kill he's never going to get. He gets a flash. That's a mistake by Hecarim. But, the reality is he should have backed and set up his lane again. Now all he's doing is fucking over his mid laner, who's dead. He's, pushing the lane and, doing all sorts of funky shit where mid was basically set to push to him, and he was going to get most of it. So now he's backing, and you're hitting the turret with this wave, you see. Generally speaking, for top laner, you just want to make sure that your farm's under control at all times.
Yeah.
And here he misses fucking 10 minions because he just gets randomly obsessed with roaming around. Always move with a purpose and focus on your lane and getting more and more ahead.
Yeah.
So he basically lets you back in a little bit, in my opinion, with that roam. Because now look at your XP. You're caught up pretty much.
Yep.
See the purple bar?
Yep.
He's only a little bit ahead of you now. He's still ahead, but only a little bit. You should have jumped to that minion there. You see
Yeah,
that?
I didn't even think so because I thought it was too close.
Nope.
Okay, I'll make sure to always do that from now on.
So once you've stunned him, you want this minion here. See this?
Yeah.
So as soon as the CC breaks, so there you go, and then you just jump to that minion. Because you got to remember, you don't really know what all the champions do, and I got that, and that comes with time. But at the end of the day, just generally remember that ranged ADCs, marksmen, have no CC. The only guy that's CC, and you just saw him use the CC primarily. Nautilus has a lot. And he's not 6 yet. Nautilus ult is another round of CC. But as long as you jump and get away to here, you're free. I think you ulted in this spot here. I mean, again, it comes down to experience. You don't have to ult there. If you jumped right away, you can just keep your shit. And because your ult is a long cooldown, so if you can ever save it, you want to. But you see, even without blowing your jump, they can't do anything.
Yeah.
You just walk away. So, as soon as you see those two people, don't be afraid to just throw your jump out and get space as soon as possible. The only time that'll be a bad move is if someone happens to hit you while you're jumping.
Yeah.
Which very rarely happens, dude.
That's some MLG shit, dude.
Oh, my God. You know Tristana, the champ, right?
Yeah.
Tristana has a pretty big jump, and it's a long cooldown. And that's always the worst for her is when someone... Okay, so here...
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Actually, I walked right by that. Actually, it was pretty funny.
Did you have vision?
No, I didn't. I actually didn't see it, but I saw that the Graves. I think I walked by it and I saw Graves running away, so I assumed that he died from that.
So you teleported to a ward. Why did you teleport to a ward?
I actually don't know. I think I was trying to get into the farm, and yeah, I kind of.
Well, you could teleport to a minion.
Yeah, it was a bad teleport.
But I just want to say, I mean, we acknowledge that it's bad. However, there's no need to, because this is all pushing to you. You see?
Yeah.
So you just walk.
See, I think that's definitely another thing I have problems with, is that I teleport just to teleport instead of teleporting for a good reason.
Well, let's slow it down and let me just show you. You see why it's bad, right? Like, you see this.
It's all pushing to me.
Yeah, it's pushing to you, and it's clearly pushing to you because you've got the siege minion here.
Yeah.
You have 6 minions to 4 and a siege minion, so you know that it's coming to you, and it's gonna come to you slow. It's not like it's just gonna fucking warp down here. You have a window of time where you can just walk.
Yeah.
And you just follow your minions, jump to this one, and then there you go. You're in position, and you don't miss much. And then you keep the teleport for. And this is the other thing is obviously if you're getting better and getting more comfortable with your keys, you should be occasionally just clicking, looking around, checking health bars, shit like that, and seeing if there's any opportunities to teleport for you. Because that's an option too.
Executed.
But yes, I know that in general I told you stay top and push.
Yeah.
So now you're just kind of wandering. I actually don't mind this, but I don't mind it in that it looks good on paper. Like if you're coming down mid and you identify that it's Heimerdinger with not many turrets set up and he's kind of poked down, that looks good on paper to me. The only issue I have with it is that while you're coming down here, if this is warded, he's just gonna back away. Okay. Yeah. This farm, again, guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed farm. So it's this. I want you to understand that going here is a risk.
Yeah.
It's cool that you get the kill, sweet. You know what I'm saying? But
if it was any other player, it would be warded.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a chance that it's not warded. I don't ward a lot of times.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a bad habit. Sometimes sometimes I'm on it, some days I'm not. People are just lax some days and think that they won't get ganked. There was one game I was playing Trendemir and a Cho'Gath ganked me. I was pushed to here, and in my mind, I saw the jungler here on the map, and in my mind, I was like, there's absolutely no way that I ever get ganked here. And sure enough, he just kind of, Cho'Gath, slowest fucking mid in the game, walks to here and, comes out and ganks me, and my mind just exploded. And it was just one of those spots where it's like, I had wards. There was really no reason for me to not have wards, but I just never thought he would gank me. So, it can happen. But in general, that amount of farm, roaming with that amount of farm coming is dangerous. Because, look, you get the kill, and then what happens? You got this farm coming here that you're missing. See? See that?
Yeah.
So, That's the risk. If you go there and then you don't get the kill, or God forbid you go there and he just shits on you with the jungler or something, look at all this farm that you would have missed. You wouldn't even get a fraction of it.
Yeah.
That would have been really bad. So that's why you got to make sure. Obviously, that stemmed from the teleport in the beginning.
So in the future, do you think I should just like put down a ward right there if I want to potentially put a gank? Because don't wards like view other wards, or is it only is there something else that does that?
If you're talking about ganking somebody, the thing about ganking is the times that you want to go for it is like, okay, so right now you're pushing this huge wave to the top, right? You know that Graves will have to deal with it, or someone on their team should deal with it. You're at an elo where people might just let you take the fucking turret. I mean, you're at like -0 elo. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So, there's a chance that you just come up here and let's see, you go, okay, you're wandering again. Don't know why. Look at you right now.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I'm just looking at the wave right now. So there's all those minions that you could have taken, and the turret that you could have damaged.
Yeah.
But you just wander off. Stick to the plan, man.
Yeah. I think the problem with this game is that I didn't play the game for like a solid week, so I think a lot of the stuff that I remembered kind of went out the window.
Yeah,
so,
and you got the weird lane that threw you off. And
yeah, I'm not trying to make excuses for it because I definitely need to improve there. Where my focus is always the farm and.
Yes, it's like you can do roams. They need to be succinct and with a purpose. So let's back this up again. So you're getting more and more aware of. So here was the wave. There you just kind of wandered off. You see all this here?
Yeah.
In an ideal world, you go, I'm going to shove all this to the turret and then move. Because someone has to deal with this. Or if for some reason no one's dealing with it, fine. Take the turret. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean it.
Yeah.
So there, you just kind of roam around. You get a seal even, which is cool. But you could have just pushed to the turret. And you can even get clever. Like, you push to the turret here. You missed all this farm. Push to the turret. Sit in this tri-brush. Just sit here. Because he's going to come up and try to get this farm.
Yeah.
And you can ambush him. You can put him into a spot where he face checks. You auto. You hit him with a W. He dashes away. You follow with your E and your jump.
Yeah.
And then you've got him. Because range, it's really easy for them in lane because they have vision of you the whole time. But if you ever catch them in a brush as Jax, they're gone. Yeah. They don't get away. If they face check you, they're gone. So that's why you need to get this to the turret first, because then you can maneuver and manipulate all this vision. And as it stands, he would have had a pink here. You would have cleared it. And then, you could have been like, maybe I'll move to here and try to catch him.
Yeah, and
you can mind game a little bit.
For especially for Graves, because he's got that little dash. So just auto him and hit him with W for a little bit, and then when he dashes, then E.
Yeah,
then jump
yeah,
on
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. So you ideally want him to like face check you somewhere.
Got it.
If he goes, if you push to the turret, clear the ward, and then like move here, and then you just see him wander by like right here, you can just walk out, punch him. He's gonna dash because it's just how people react. You know what I mean? He's gonna dash, and then you E, you follow up, and then you can maybe kill him or get a flash, and then back away.
Yeah, that's definitely something I need to do, because when I was doing this game, I got really annoyed because I'd press my E, and then after my E, he would just dash right away, which made everything else I did useless. So
yeah, you want to try. It's mind gaming, and you know you're playing one champ. You're kind of a one-trick pony right now, which is fine.
Yeah.
You're going to learn what the other champs do just by raw games. Like, you're going to play enough games to where you've seen all the other champs, and you see how they react to you. So you can make a pretty good read on like what they're thinking. In the instance of Graves, his main objective is to, deal damage to you, and then as soon as you go, this is pretty much all ADCs. As soon as you go in, he's just going to dash away, unless he can kill you, in which case he's going to dash forward. That's it. That's pretty much all ADCs. If you ever try to engage on them as a bruiser, they're just going to dash away, and that's pretty much the end of your engage, unless you have like a big lead over them. If they blow their dash into you at a bad time and you like lock them up and kill them, that's a huge mistake. If they, for some reason, and this is something that, you'll learn this is much later in the game, but later on you'll learn that like, okay, I shove wave to turret, I can manipulate the lack of vision here and maybe catch this guy moving to me. But this is a very niche circumstance because most of the top laners you're going to face are bruisers. That it's okay if they face check you.
Yeah.
They just battle you then. But yes, if Graves gets anywhere near you in melee range, it's GG really. All right.
Executed.
Focus on you. So you're kind of wandering.
Summoner has reconnected.
Yeah, it definitely was all over the place in this game.
Shut down.
Definitely was not a good game for me, that's for sure.
Just remember that, you know, you're allowed to wander, but make it make sense.
Yeah.
Just a fun little fact. Obviously has a level advantage over you, but the red buff is pretty significant.
Oh yeah,
respect
I
that.
didn't even. Yeah, I didn't even face him because of that. That
Yeah,
was
if he
so
has,
insane.
if he's like even level with you with a red buff, I generally won't challenge unless I'm really confident.
Yeah.
Because red buff is pretty dangerous. Makes it harder to secure. There you go. There's your auto attack reset. Looks like you did it there. Or I thought you did. Maybe it's just your ult. Where's your passive?
No, it was my. I think it was my W. Yeah.
You did W. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you
'cause
did.
It was later. It was later in games. Like, oh yeah, I have my W, so I'm just gonna use that.
Yeah.
Kind of one of those moments.
Well, remember your W is a big portion of your damage.
Yeah.
So you can, if you can ever just do a quick trade with your W, that's always pretty good. So you take the turret. I would probably just shove this to the next turret. Shove this next wave. You should know that that wave's coming because you're looking here at the same time.
Yeah.
This is the information you need for minions. Like where the minions are at.
Yeah.
It's just reversed. You could have killed that guy.
Yeah, that was another kind of a thing where I wasn't
He
confident.
just dashed in front of you. Look, look, look.
Okay, let me see.
This is green lights.
Because I don't think I was paying attention here when I should have. Because that's actually what I was afraid of. I didn't go in on him because I thought he was just going to dash away. That would have been useless.
Watch.
Oh my god. That's
So-
so cringy to look at now. It's so like.
Yeah. So like, as soon as you see it, you throw your E on, and you know all he has is heal. So you might be able to kill him. Best case scenario is you get his heal or flash. I mean, we obviously know in hindsight that he didn't have flash, but like, your goal would have been there. As soon as you see him dash in, you go, I'm probably gonna all in him here. I would. So you have your E. I would turn this. Oh yeah, you should have fought there.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Let's look back at this again.
Because I was kind of afraid. It was like, okay.
Why are you
there's
afraid?
Nautilus, and then there's that.
Look
big
at his level.
kid.
Look, Nautilus level.
Yeah. I should have just killed him, man.
Spun. You turn with your E. Turn with the E.
Then just ulted. Yeah, probably, right?
Ult and go on Graves.
Oh, man.
Fuck Nautilus. Nautilus is level 5, so
That's
he's
a
irrelevant.
bummer.
He's irrelevant to me, and this guy has no mana. This is what
Yeah.
I'm more concerned. This is my. Okay, but, all right, because it's not as simple for you. But like, I see this and I say, okay, yes, he does have some tank stats, but this guy's poked down and has no mana.
Yeah, then
Like
here comes
this
the
guy's
crap.
never gonna do any damage, and Heckroom's coming.
Yeah.
That's the added information too. But even in an ideal world, I probably would have fucking turned it anyways, even without Heckroom, because I think you could have won it.
Red team's double kill.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was mistakes were made moment there.
Oh, totally.
That's all right.
Yeah, because I'm kind of used to it. Like, if they're the same level, I want to turn off, right? Because they're just.
That was all right. You like did a little quick trade there. Heckroom tries to ult. That's cool.
It's like the only time he actually goes up top. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, comes and hangs out with you.
Okay, bro, what's up? I haven't seen you for the whole game. Say hey.
Shut
And
down.
that's
It's,
it.
Display the Rune King. Have you been using the active?
Yeah, it slows people down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using that.
I mean, I would be so tempted to come over this wall with E.
Yeah, I think that's what I tried to do here. I was waiting for him. But it wouldn't let me do it, though. It's like, what the heck? Like, it wouldn't let me actually jump over the wall? It was weird. Maybe.
Let me
maybe
tell
it's
you
my bad.
something. Your big mistake though is that you're not you're not using this opportunity to just test him. Test him first. Don't just turn it on. Fucking walk at him. You see, you're turning on the E early. Like, just get in position here, wait for the dash, then E and jump on him.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm not baiting anything.
Yeah, you're giving the information away when you could really just walk at him.
Yeah.
You turn that corner. If he reacts badly, if he doesn't immediately walk back to his turret and dash direct, like if as soon as he sees you, he doesn't go dash and walk straight in this line, he's probably going to take a lot of damage. You see what I'm saying? Based off where he was standing. It seems like minor details, like the positioning here, but where he was standing was very dangerous. If you're playing against me and I'm that low, I'm standing like up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's standing like against the wall, so you could just walk around and then smack him with W, and then as soon as he like does his little oh shit dash, then you just E and jump on him.
Yeah.
Blue team's turret.
Remember, all ADCs pretty much think that way. You spaced out really far there. See that?
Yeah.
I think you missed XP doing that.
Yeah, that's also my biggest problem with the farm is that I go way too far instead of just doing the stop thing that you told me to do.
Shut down.
He obviously has that warded.
Yeah.
As soon as he reacts to you, you can just come right out. You don't have to hide. You're like hiding in the bushes and shit. Just stay in lane and push it to turret.
Yeah. Should I go like commando or some shit, you know?
You're like creeping and crawling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that you're getting his heal and stuff, but I just don't see. You see what I'm saying? This is the stage where you just kill him.
Yeah. See, I was just so afraid of him. That was the thing. Like,
Yeah, this is like once you get Blade of the Rune King. Like I said, that item and your Jax first graves. It's you all day, dude. You're gonna win all day. But you're like wandering around. Just get the lane shoved to the turret. Just push it to the turret. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Just walk at him. Push your lane. If he gets anywhere near you, jump E on his head and then back away.
Yeah.
He can't kill you by himself. I mean, you can see it. He can't fight you. It's just without peel, he has no way. And you see him blow heal, you just turn away. That was good that you turned away.
Yeah, because it's all the minions coming in. I need that damage to just wreck me.
But that's a big win for you, getting his heal down free of charge with a cooldown. That's really good. It's good that you're getting jiggy with it, though, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with just hitting him a little bit and see what he does and walk away from it, see what happens.
So you're like telling on yourself every time.
Yeah, I'm
don't try to. You're trying to create mistakes. So there's little mind games with ranged because it's not like traditional lanes where like, you know, they're just gonna walk at you and hit you back. In this instance here, anytime that he decides to make an ill-advised dash, he's fucked.
Yeah.
You know, playing a marksman is probably the hardest mechanical role going, for that reason. Because if you make a bad move, you're dead.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to just kind of wander in his dash space. Like, just threaten it a little bit. Like, just walk at it randomly and then walk back. Because you got lifesteal with Blade of the Rune King anyways.
Yeah.
So just walk at him occasionally and just see what he is, see how he reacts. And this instance here, you just kind of tell on yourself right away, just walk at him, see if he dashes first. And then the minute he dashes, then you go in.
Yeah.
But you see he's doing no damage. If he's... The thing is, as a Jax or as a Tryndamere or a Riven, when you walk at somebody, they have to walk away. They can't auto you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you just walk up to him and he decides he's going to auto you, then great. Then you just smack him back and then stun him and beat him up when he tries to disengage. That's why ADCs can't be alone like this. That's why, honestly, the only reason he exists right now is because you haven't, like,
really gone in on him.
laid the smackdown on him yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, if you go in at a good time with your Blade of the Rune King and you really go in with, like, your ult and everything, he won't be able to stay up here like that. Basically, you get to push the turret, and that's why I'm saying you stay in lane, because in this matchup, you push the turret, and he just has to fucking sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Like, he has to farm at this point. You had your time where you sit under turret. Now he has his time where basically you push to him, and the only way that he ever handles you is through team fights and just being better at, you know, killing your teammates or whatever. That's the only way he really beats you.
Yeah.
Or if the jungler comes and ganks you. Which is in general why I say, you know, these top lane ADC shits don't work. Because they're just so easy to kill late game.
Yeah, that's why it's so frustrating because he's probably not even that good of a player, and I kind of let him run over me a little bit.
It's just because he's playing ranged and it's confusing. It's one of the hardest things for people to do. So here you go in on Nautilus. I would probably save the flash until I was sure I absolutely needed it.
Yeah.
See, you have Blade of the Rune King, like, and then you should turn right there.
Yeah, I saw Hermandinger and I was like, oh.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's not a really great re-engage, but it's a pretty good one worth looking at because, like I said, you'll get more experience with what champions do, but you could see this probably coming with experience. You could see that that Veigar was going to drop this combo. He was going to drop the cage, but he doesn't do anything, which is really annoying to me. Like, he should have just fucking... As soon as he hit that cage, he should have just dunked that Graves and just hit him with everything.
Yeah.
But, whatever. You get Heimerdinger to blow his missiles and all sorts of shit. And you see what a lot of this is like, notice how people are just using their ults randomly and, like...
Yeah.
That's... A lot of this game is just being decisive. And Heimerdinger, like, wasting his rockets there, it doesn't accomplish anything. You're gonna get away and you're just gonna back. And he's not pushing a turret, so, like, it has no value. They're wasting that ult. Now, if he had threw his ult, like, his grenade on you, and then maybe they, like, got enough CC to kill you, that would have been worth it. There's no, downside to TPing to minions. I mean, if you're gonna teleport, might as well TP to minions.
Yeah.
It's closer. I see why you're doing it because you just want to get back to pushing right away, which is okay with me. I don't mind that, to be honest. Some people would be critical of you there, but I'm like, you know what? I want you farming and getting used to, like, controlling your lane and your XP and everything, so I don't care about it right now. So you push. You're getting into this habit of not following the wave in.
Yeah.
Which, you know, sometimes you might want to make sure that it gets there. You might want to just think about it. You know what I mean? Think about it being an option. He dashes there. Not that you really could do much with where he was positioned. He was, like, right next to turret. You're not just going to 100-0 him there. But if he steps out here, it gets a little bit juicier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Your build, it looks like you're going for the Triforce build, which is still fine with me. You could try that, what's it, Hex Tech Revolver and Ginzu's Rage Blade. That's a new one that's out. I don't know if you knew about that. So, Triforce and Blade of the Rune King are, like, staple on Jax. They're pretty standard. Because they give attack speed and, like, on hit, and it has a lot of burstiness and tankiness. Jax just scales well with everything, basically.
Yeah.
Ginzo's and Hextech is more of a meta thing right now because the new Ginzo's Rage Blade has, like, it has attack speed and ability power, and Jax just stacks that up. It's basically every time you auto, it builds up attack speed and ability power. So, in the instance of Jax, obviously attack speed and ability power don't really... It's pretty good on him, you know what I mean? Yeah. It works for him. And think about it, if every auto stacks... the max stacks is 8. Every auto counts for 2, so it only takes 4 autos. With Jax, you pretty much get fucking 2 autos just by jumping on somebody and stunning them. So you're pretty much guaranteed to stack it against somebody every time you jump in. It's just something to think about. But your build is standard, like, it's fine. Just something to check out when you have time.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So Nautilus has been, like, hanging out with you or whatever. I mean, it's annoying, but at the same time, because he's leeching XP, you're gonna get more XP than Graves and Nautilus. I don't know why he keeps, like, floating with this guy, but he must be a fan of him.
Yeah, I was in a game think before the patch, and this Nasus, I mean, I called top first, but he wanted top so bad, he would just follow me in, and the experience was just crap. I mean, we
Yeah,
just got
it's
dominated.
normally better to just, if someone does that, just take jungle.
Yeah,
I know you don't jungle, but you might as well just get your head into it and just do it. Take the fucking smite, and all you do is farm.
yeah.
Do a little PvE, dude. It's easy. And you know, whenever someone, and I'm not saying like I want you doing your one trick pony thing and like learning how to play the game through just mastery, because that's how I did it, dude. When I started playing, I pretty much just played in Italy. Like, you know, I dabbled with a couple champs, like you did, right?
Yeah, I've been playing Wukong a little bit too.
Yeah, and then, you know, I just stuck with my Nidalee for a long time, and that was before I deployed, and I got really good at Nidalee. I didn't play much ranked, obviously, but I got really good at Nidalee, so when I came home, I was ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was ready to game with that champ. Maybe
Yeah.
not much of else, but I was ready to go. So it's good that you're getting that mastery, the one champ, and then don't be afraid. Like, you can play Jax mid, you can play Jax jungle, you can play Jax fucking ADC, you can play him top. So if our goal here is to play Jax all day, right? And some Nasus is like, me top, you noob, right? Which is pretty
Yeah.
much all the community. Don't
Let's
be
just say it.
afraid. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
I
be
was in
afraid
a
to
game,
go.
too, where like this guy was named top or feed. That's exactly his name, and I called top first, and he's like, "Oh, I'm feeding the whole game." He played Vladimir and just fed kills the whole game.
Yeah, just fuck that. Don't fight over it.
Yeah,
and this
It's
is
stuff like that, dude. Like that's probably the reason why I haven't playing the game as much, because it sucks so much getting into a game and like throwing the game because some asshole can't play the thing he wants to play. Like I have no problem if I can't play it, I'll play ADC or something, but it's still kind of frustrating.
well. Just remember, it takes discipline to get to this point. But just remember, if you are good, it won't matter, and you can just
Yeah.
go to any lane with your champs. I'm telling you right now, I could take TF. You've seen me play TF, for example, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck you're flashing there.
I don't know either.
As you have like full HP, that
That was
turret is
actually-
not gonna hurt you that
That was
bad.
one of those moments where I was kind of tapping my keyboard and accidentally press F, and I did that twice during this game.
Oh
so
my god. It's
It's
alright.
one of those moments where you want to smack yourself. It was definitely
You'll get there,
a bad
dude.
moment.
You get there. You're new. It's fine. What I was saying is like you've seen me play TF in like every role
Yeah.
and do fine. Or you know Tryndamere. I play Tryndamere like mid, jungle, top. Who the fuck cares, right? It's important that you remember going forward that if someone's going to do that, and you know with dynamic Q, you might be able to find some friends to play with or whatever, you know, and mitigate that a little bit. But at the end of the day, if someone does that, there's no value in fighting over it with them.
Yeah.
If they really commit, like you say, I'm going top, and then he says, I'm top or feed, and then you go, okay, and then you just wait, and then once the game loads, if like jungle's open, you take jungle. If mid's open, you take mid. Like you just, you know what I mean? You have to just
Yeah.
adjust because there's no value in playing the game at a disadvantage just to like show your ego on the internet. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no point. So yeah. Alrighty. So I'm gonna have to shut this lesson down soon. Let's go ahead
Okay.
and fast forward.
Blue team's
So basically, your teleport's a little random there. You were doing a lot of these random teleports. I like that you got away there though. That was good. I didn't mind that. Take that small minion. See this right here?
Yeah.
Take that small minion because that's going to respawn the blue and it's going to put it on a timer. You press tab, you'll know when your blue's coming back up.
Oh, nice.
By walking by that, someone took blue and then didn't finish it. But you really should take the small because like your blue's just sitting there and not respawning.
Yeah.
Basically is what's happening.
And
So this is good. The thing is, this is fine to fuck with him, but this is one of those spots where you don't know what champions do. So in this
Yeah.
instance here, Vayne only beats you if he condemns you into a wall. Notice how you position,
right to the wall. Yeah.
but you know, in spots like these, sometimes it's better. I don't know if you've already used Blade of the Ring King, and you kind of got played. You know, he hit you for 1,000,000 damage on the end there
Yeah.
too. Late game, like with Vayne, just try to think about what they're gonna do. If you see him, just think, okay, when I go for him, he's gonna try to condemn me. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
If he knocks you into the wall, you pretty much lose. No matter what champ you are. If you ever get knocked into the wall versus Vayne, you're probably dead.
Yeah.
Late game. But, alright, man. So, let's skip ahead a little bit more. I've been rambling a lot this lesson. I see you fighting with your team or whatever. Remember, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Don't even bother. 80 carries, other thing before I go. Remember that 80 carries can't deal with split push as well on their own. Vayne kind of can, maybe, but like I said, only if she condemns you into the wall. So you should kind of view also this item on the end is kind of crappy. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I would much rather you have like Randuin's or something. Just build tanky.
Okay.
Don't go for Tiamat. Go for like Randuin's and like I don't mind Sterix, but I would think you would want Randuin's first. The reason why is you look at their comp, it's pretty much all AD. Like yes, it's Heimerdinger, but you want to split push, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's our theory. We want to try to split push as much as possible. Great. If you go Randuin's, if Vayne comes or Graves comes, that means their attack speed's slowed every time they hit you.
Yeah, and that's
So-
definitely something I need to look into too. Is like, you know, what kind of team they have and what I need to build to kind of counter that team.
You'll
right?
get there, dude. And I mean, at the end of the day, just remember that Jax, Triforce, play the Rune King. You know, Merc Treads is good. And then from there, it's like what tank items, unless you're super fed, what tank items optimize really well.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, if you have a bunch of AD, like ranged AD champs, you want to just go like Randuin's and like stack armor and relegate yourself to split pushing because if you group, you're not going to get good value versus a bunch of 80 carries in a team fight.
Yeah.
You want to isolate them, isolate and destroy. You don't really want to fight. You don't really want to fight Graves in a team fight where his team can help him and keep him alive.
Yeah.
You want to keep Graves up there where you're up in top. But overall, man, it's getting better. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It'll, you know, it's still got a long ways to go.
Oh yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
You'll get there. And just keep working at it, keep plugging away, and then, you know, maybe next lesson, maybe we can run a game or something. I can coach you live. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
You guys on YouTube, thank you so much for watching this. This was me with Banksy, one of our resident newbie, and, you know, nice enough to offer up his gameplay for the YouTube community. Don't flame him too hard. Everybody was new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I am out. Peace, crackers.